Hello, Aries. Welcome to Mystic High Priestess Tarot. This is a weekly reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August 15th through the 21st. It is a general collective reading, so not everything is going to resonate. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest for somebody else. Keep in mind that whenever you come across this is when you were meant to see it, so they are somewhat timeless readings. I have gone ahead and cleansed the space, meditated on the cards, and pre-shuffled. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a few messages, so I'm just taking this information in. Okay, one thing I do want to warn you of is be aware of the scammers out there. I will never contact you unless you've contacted me first, so I won't do it through the comments or ask you for personal readings. If you do want a personal reading, my information is in the detail box or the description box below, so you'll have to check the information there and contact me. All right, now how I do the weekly readings is I do a 9-card spread, 3 past, 3 present, 3 future, and we see what is going on in your life. Let's get this going. All right, some pre-energy that I did get that I'm going to go through is it seems like for the general collective of Aries that they're, and cross watchers, you're welcome as well. Always keep in mind as well that the shoe could be on the other foot. Okay, with those disclaimers out there, keep in mind everyone is going to be trying to create something different. So it appears that there's a lot of manifestation power going out there. With the full moon last week, it's probably a really good time to do that. So, if you've cleansed the old, you can bring in the new. So far we have the Queen of Swords, the Empress, the 7 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and 2 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and 9 of Cups. Overall energy, 3 of Swords. All right. What are you trying to manifest? Something that you love. Keep in mind, these could go towards career or love. And when I talk about love, it's not just a significant other or a romantic relationship. That love relationship can also relate to family or friends. So, however it's going to relate in your life, because this is so general, you have to relate it to that. Right in the center, we see an Ace of Pentacles. So again, yes, you are trying to manifest and create something new, something grounded, something stable. So it would appear you're done with a lot of wishy-washy things. So career-wise, if you've worked a lot of temp jobs or you've been bouncing around in a lot of different work areas, you want something that is your specialty, something that you're going to enjoy. If this is, some type of relationship and there's, for example, quarreling, fighting, you want to start something fresh and new, possibly with that same person, or you are looking for something brand new that is stable, not, these in and out of relationships. You're definitely looking to settle. No, not settle. I wouldn't say settle, but find that perfect thing. So it's the perfect job, the perfect relationship, the perfect friendship, something that, again, because we have the Empress in the past, which is taking us to this 8 of Pentacles. So we can clearly see that you want that stability. You want something that's going to grow, something that's going to create and develop. You've had lots of options, and that's probably where the instability actually came from. And there may be some things that you were cutting out. Aries, you can be very cutthroat at times, so because of that, you're not happy with the options that have been presented to you, but you are going to take a stand and you are going to choose something. The problem with that is because you're not happy with your options, you're going to feel disappointed. You're going to feel trapped in, how do I want to put this? You're going to feel trapped with not having the perfect thing that you were trying to manifest. It's going to lead to your overall energy here of the Three of Swords. So it's going to feel very chaotic, very heartbreaking, you know, that type of thing. But I think what's happening is you're focused on, the best way to put this is in an analogy. You're focused on the outer shell. So if it's a person, you're looking for certain exterior qualities in a person, a certain look, a certain attractiveness, certain hair color, for example, certain body build. So you're looking at these options and you're not satisfied with them. And you're going to choose one. There's no doubt about it. You're going to choose something. You're going to take a stand. You're going to go in a direction. You may not necessarily be that thrilled with every piece of that, but it's because you're going off of the exterior of the option versus looking at all, you know, what's inside. So if it's a person, not seeing their true personality and soul inside that actually is going to radiate to the outside eventually, and you will see that beauty. You're going to end up finding out this thing that you choose, whether it be a job. Now, for example, you might be looking at the base job duties and not realizing the potential that this job actually has for you. So it's stuff like that where you're going to actually get a wish come true once you can get past that exterior view that you have of this proposition that is going to come towards you. Let's go ahead and clarify this and get a little deeper into it. So we're going to start here with the overall energy of the Three of Swords. All right, and how I do the clarifications is the first card out is the clarifying card to the Three of Swords. The second one is the advice from the universe. So at the very end, I will go through all the advice cards with you. So the Three of Swords is being successfully single. So if it's a work thing, you might be sick of remote work, working from home, or not being able to work in collaborative groups with others, something like that. Or it could be vice versa, that you would rather work by yourself and you're forced to work in these groups. But overall, relationship-wise, there's someone that's not connecting with you that you're trying to manifest. And you're successful, you're great, but what the universe is saying is you have to cut out this idealism that you have of this perfect relationship or this perfect job, okay? It is there right in front of you. You're not seeing it because you have these ideals. And that's causing you a Three of Hearts, chaos, broken heart, issues, because you're, and one of the things that I just got a hit on is career-wise. If this is a job that you think is beneath you, it's not, okay? Because you could have definitely, with this Nine of Pentacles, feel like the master of something, okay? That you've mastered it, you're successful in it, and they want to give you an entry-level job, or they want to put you on assignments that, you don't think are good enough. Or if it's a relationship, you think you're the knowledgeable one in the relationship, so this person or people should listen to you. The universe is basically saying, cut it out. And cut it out quickly, or you are going to continue feeling this pain and this hurt. If you are humble and you follow through with it, and you're kind enough to show other people your expertise, or you're compassionate enough to get to know somebody that may not have that perfect exterior image that you're looking for, you may be very surprised what you're going to get out of it. And so in the past, this definitely has something to do with your stability. So we see the Queen of Swords, who is she's logical. She's in her head. She's over analyzing things, but not to a point where it's unhealthy. Okay. She's trying to make, the wisest decision, but she's not the king either. So she's not the judge. She's basically taking all the information, laying it out, and making a case for the king. Okay. It's how I like to really look at the Queen of Swords, especially in this case. And we can see she's gathering information very quickly. There's a lot of communication or traveling going on. And in the future, the advice is it has to do with your stability. So it could be a marriage. It could be a long-term relationship. It could be that's what the Queen is looking for. And don't get stuck in the male-female roles. We all have feminine and masculine energy in us. So it's just that, that feminine energy is taking the forefront because you're not ready to make a decision. So there could be a lot of communication about marriage. Maybe you're in a long-term relationship and somebody wants you to settle down and make that commitment. So you're analyzing you're looking at it very black and white though. Not, expanding the horizons. Let's check out an Empress here. So the Queen of Swords again, yeah. And the Empress so what they're saying is you're on the right track here, okay? So with the Empress in the past, which is looking for something grounded, stable, you know how to make things grow. Something can grow out of it. Again, you're using logic to try to figure that out. Is this wife material or husband material? The advice is the Empress. Let it grow. Let it develop. So it looks like if you're in a relationship or you're in a job that, you're looking at leaving, they're kind of saying based on your past analysis that you should keep going in the direction that you are. Don't throw everything away. That couldn't be more, Queen of Swords, Empress already. They're saying you're completely on the right path, Aries. You're making some good, wise decisions. And very cute. All right, so basically what the universe is trying to tell me is I've pretty much made a very good assessment right off the bat because we're getting a lot of dual cards that have the same message. So we're going to keep clarifying, but they're pretty much telling me you hit the nail on the head right from the beginning. So we'll keep going with all of your options. Here again, we see either enjoying them or having more than one person. So if this is relationship, you could be like, well, if I settle down and I build a foundation with this person in a marriage, I've got to give up my partying days, my, running around, looking at other people. I'm really going to have to be committed to this because the Empress is wife or spouse material. So part of your options is a little worried about, you're looking at other people, just like you are possibly looking at other jobs. And the universe is giving you the Sun as the advice that, it's okay to look. It's kind of like when you're married, you can look but don't touch, right? You can enjoy that eye candy for the rest of your life. That's fine. You can like it. It's okay. But don't touch it. Don't go in that direction. Don't ruin, what you have just because of lust, so to speak. So Aries, it looks like there might be something that you're really lusting after. Again, that's where that manifestation energy that I was pulling, I think, is coming from. You're looking for something more in depth. And so with the Four of Cups in your current energy, so currently you're juggling things about. Now, financially or career-wise, this could be money that you don't feel it's balanced. Maybe you don't think you're making enough money. Stuff like that. You're bored with what you do. You want, other options. But if you go for one of those other options that, you really want, you may not be able to make enough. Regardless, you're juggling something. Now, this has a lot of relationship energy for somebody who's tempted to have an affair. I'm not saying that anyone has cheated on anybody yet, but there's a huge temptation here. So somebody new may have recently walked into your life and you're really thinking about walking out on something that was stable. Temperance, so what they're saying is you might not be content with what's right in front of you right now. You're possibly exploring options, but the divine is saying be patient. The right thing is coming. I'm sending it to you. You'll know it, when the time is right. You will just know. Yep, definitely. Oh, wow. There's going to be a marriage. So, you're not married yet. You're meeting your divine soulmate. You're the person you're meant to be with. You're either with them right now or you're about to meet them. So the Ace of Pentacles, the grounded, solid beginning that is going to provide you security and comfort, all coming from the Hierophant. So God's working on it. God has got his hand in it. He's bringing you this. You have manifested it. So with the full moon, you've probably cleansed your space to allow this to come in. And in the future, you've got the High Priestess. So you're going to, like I said, you're going to know. You're going to know this is the person, whether it's the one that you're with or somebody's brand new is walking into your life. And this right below the Empress, which is wife material, spouse material. So, and the Hierophant and High Priestess are counterparts of each other. So we're seeing a brand new beginning. Either, you could be in a relationship that things just aren't going well. There's a lot of heightened communication of truth and, what feels unstable, maybe, but what they're stating in order to get that foundation, this is going to come back together. So if you're having a really rough time with a spouse or a significant other that you actually love and you want to keep working on it, keep in mind that's definitely headed your way. It's going to work out. Oh, yay, Aries. I'm so happy for you. So you have the Two of Wands here. When we can see this as a person in major contemplation, okay? Kind of crystal ball in front of him. But you can also see, from the beard and stuff. Now look at the Hermit, which is the clarifying card. These two men look a lot alike. They're wise, okay? They carry a lot of wisdom. And the clarifying card is stating that you are looking for this dream come true. You're looking for your star. You have the wisdom. And the Two of Wands is taking a stand in a direction. You're going to go in that direction, and the advice is start with the truth, okay? So if there's something in your current relationship that you're unhappy with, or your current job that you're unhappy with, provide the truth to that employer. Provide the truth to that loved one. Start over with an honest beginning. That can happen all the time. Also, wow, that was quick. There's our Ace of Pentacles again. A lot of repeating cards here. I'm just getting a message. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Hermit, the Two of Wands, the choice you're going to make is from wisdom going within, and you already know. You know what direction, just like I was saying earlier, with the High Priestess, that's your inner intuition. Ace of Swords is you know the truth. You know what direction you want to go, and you're going to take a stand using your logic and wisdom to get there, which is really nice to see, Aries, because you're normally a very your fire sign, usually very heated and go, and very expressive personality. And this is you really simmering down, doing the pros and cons, and making sure that you're making a logical decision versus a rash rush decision. which is more fire. So it's like you're adding a little air. If you have a lot of air in your chart, this definitely would apply to you. Now, in the future, so we have the Five of Cups, which is despair, emptiness. I think that that's what you fear is going to happen. And it's probably going to be because everything is going to come at a cost. This Ace of Pentacles in the center does not come without a cost. It's a fresh start. It's a start over. It's something new. It could be you leaving a past job for a new one and then all of a sudden going, oh, did I make a huge mistake? This job is a lot more work than I want it to be, for maybe less money, something like that. So you're looking at this thing that you manifested, and if it's, a relationship, did I leave that person for somebody that all of a sudden is not who I thought they were? It's going to feel like a burden, and you're going to feel very left out in the cold. Now, this could also be somebody doing this to you, contemplating this, and possibly walking away. But the advice is that, again, the Ace of Pentacles. So on this despair, when you go through this transition, I don't think it's going to necessarily be, it's going to feel like a loss. It's going to feel like, because anytime you start something new, you end one thing and you start something new, you're kind of starting over like a novice. So it's a novice in a relationship. This is a brand new person you're getting to know. And then all of a sudden you're learning these little intricate things that you weren't expecting about this person. Nobody shows all their true colors right off the bat. It's probably the best way to put it. So you start learning these little things and you go, wow, I really miss that other person. I liked their habits and the things. I was adjusted to that. I was used to it. I knew what they were going to say or what they were going to do next. That, and this could be if somebody broke up with you and you're getting this fresh start with somebody new. And then you sit back, you go, wow, I still want the previous person because I knew them. I was comfortable with that. And there's this despair, even though you have such great things in your life, you still feel like there's this huge loss. The beauty of the Five of Cups, and you can kind of see it here, and you definitely can. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Look in the tree. Back in the tree here, you see, I'll get my finger over there, these two little things. Those are cups. They're hidden safely in the tree. They're secure. They're being protected, okay? With that protection, all she's looking at is the tears that are going into the water as she covers her face. And we see the cups drowning in the water there. So she's feeling this loss, but she does not realize that nature in itself and God has got something right behind her. But she's, to be honest with you, anyone who's going through those moments, I can't just tell you, turn around, it's right there. You're just not seeing it. Sometimes we have to go through this despair. We have to go through this letting go, the tears, the crying, all that. It's a letting go process. If you don't let it go, it will always keep following you into current things, so that little bits of sadness are going to hit when you least expect it, and they could ruin something really great because your partner, or your employer is not going to understand where these mood swings are coming from. You'll have mood swings. So the Five of Cups can be a great card of release and letting go. Okay, go allow yourself to go through this horrid emotional pain and cry and cry and cry and take a couple days. Just don't get yourself into a full-on depression. If you feel yourself going there, reach out to people or allow your friends and family to help you. But it's perfectly fine and actually very healthy to cleanse yourself of all of that previous energy through your emotions. And Aries, you try to hide your emotions a lot. So this might be a time you're going to have to just sit down and release something from the past. And again, that's where I think I was pulling a lot of full moon energy of release. So in the future, you're going to have to release that, and that's going to be a heavy burden on you. It's going to be something that you don't really want to let go of, but you have to in order to get this new beginning. that is coming your way. If you don't, you're going to be sacrificing something that God has divinely set aside for you that you probably don't necessarily see coming right now. Eight of Swords, this trapped feeling, that's where we're getting the broken heart. See more duplicate cards. So we had the Three of Swords in your overall energy over here. And we see that you feel very trapped, bound, constricted. And there's all kinds of swords pointing at you from behind. So in a way, what this resembles, especially with the Three of Hearts here, is you could be doing this to somebody else could be doing this to you, Aries, but it's staying in something because you're almost afraid of the backlash, okay? Ten of Swords would be the full betrayal. So no one's going to see this as a full betrayal. But either you're feeling trapped or, you're afraid to walk away from it because friends, family, coworkers aren't going to understand this change that you're making in your life and the direction you're going. And you're going to break a lot of hearts when you tell them the truth. I'll be honest with you. This is usually, a lot of these cards that are coming out are something where somebody's got a hidden life, or coming out of the closet, or wanting to transition as transgender, things like that, okay? Big hidden secrets that you don't want to be exposed on because, people are going to really come at you. It could also be something criminal in nature, or you're concerned about the justice system. Sometimes I will see stuff like this related to child custody. I would see that a lot. I don't get it so much here, so that's a very small percentage of you that might have to be concerned about that, saying, I'm trapped here because we have this child and I can't afford, therefore we see the juggling thing here. I can't afford to pay the child support and live on my own. Something like that. Or I could be leaving somebody that really needs my finances. And everyone's going to go, how dare you take away their home and their security and all this and that from another person? Or how dare you take a job in another state and just leave them sit there, for the time being. It can be big, huge decisions like that. So this is not something small you're dealing with, Aries. This is big. But it's a big, good transition, and no matter what, in the future, we are seeing, that justice will prevail. That you don't have to feel so guilty. People are going to make you feel bad, okay? And I know they always say no one can make you feel anything, but they will. I mean, there's certain things people can do that cause a reaction out of you, and they know that. So they're going to make you feel bad or guilty or something about this change and this transition that you're going through. But justice will prevail. It'll all balance out. Everything's going to be okay. And then you're going to get this wonderful Nine of Cups. And the beauty is, just look at that. Cups are floating in the air. Feet are kicked up. You can finally sit back and relax, and it feels like you're floating. You're walking on air, okay? Feeling that is going to come from you making this choice. It's not going to be an easy transition, but it's what was meant for you, which we can see right here from the center with the Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and High Priestess. It's beyond no doubt. This is exactly, it's almost like fulfilling a purpose there. Like this was always in your timeline. It was something that was destined to happen. It had to, and it's part of fulfilling your purpose. So in the end, with the Nine of Cups, we also see the Ace of Wands. So there's going to be something very exciting, creative, on fire. You're fire. And we haven't seen that except for this burden, and way back here we see some fire. Everything else is air, logic, a lot of major arcana. We do have the sun, which is a Leo fire sign, but now we're coming back to your roots, Aries. This is you being you again, okay? It can also be a very lustful energy, but I'm not getting that from any of this. And we got in the future, we finally did it. We got the Magician, and this is manifestation. So this is the manifestation energy I was carrying from the very beginning in your reading here. So the advice is to manifest it, create it, don't stall on it. So overall advice we see from the past, this is something that is affecting your foundation. You need to be logical and invite the truth in, and you get happiness. From that deduction, you now currently dealing with let God take the wheel, okay? Let the universe direct you in where to go. They're going to tell you, follow your gut instincts. Your gut instincts are good. And you're going to have a brand new, fresh start that is filled with logic, that is truth, that is where you were meant to be. And it's going to be, just have patience with it, though. Have patience. It's not going to start out all sunshine, roses, and rainbows, right? It's going to be a little bit of a tough start, but it's where you were meant to be. And then in the future, you get this grounded Ace of Pentacles that you're looking for in your current energy. It's going to cost a broken heart, either yours or somebody else's. There's going to be a little pain involved in this transition. But because of that new start, justice is still, it's the direction you're supposed to go in. Justice will prevail. So if it is something like you're afraid of child support, don't be afraid of it. God is guiding you. If you trust and you have faith, it will work out. Maybe not immediately, but give it time. That's where this patience that you're creating back here is coming from. Give it that time and that space and allow it to develop and manifest it. Okay, manifest, constantly, instead of imagining or living in the moment of what you want to call the moment of reality where everything seems to be going downhill. There's not enough money. The job is maybe too challenging right off the bat, for less pay, maybe too much travel, you're away too much. Maybe you're having to leave one relationship for another. Maybe you're leaving a relationship for nobody but yourself, that you want, growth in your own life. It can be maybe somebody brand new is coming into your life and you have like a best friend that adores you, but this person's that person's best friend. Now you're going to date that person's best friend, and that's going to tear this friend that you've had for a long time apart. I'm really getting that. I'm sorry, but that's what's coming now is okay. Let's really explore this because it's very, very strong. All of a sudden, you could potentially start a new relationship with, okay, you've known this person for a long time. Long time in some people's eyes can be 6 months. Some can be years. And all of a sudden now you're building a relationship with their like best friend or one of their family members, a brother or sister. And now you and that brother and sister have to tell this person, hey, we're going to be in a true relationship together, knowing that this other person had a crush on you or has liked you for a very long time. And you haven't reciprocated the lust or the romance. You've just, allowed them to be your friend and kind of joked with it or played with it. Or maybe you did have a sexual relationship with them, but it was just kind of a friends with benefits situation. And, those can be very tricky then when you're crossing the line to the friend and family where you're still going to be a part of their life and they have to watch you be happy with somebody else. But know this, justice will prevail. There's something else for that other person that's coming their way, okay? And you have to let the universe handle that. Even though it could hurt you, it could hurt them. You're meant to go in this direction. Don't run away from it, even though it's going to be tough and it's going to be a little hard to face. I'm just going to pull a couple oracle cards here just to make sure that we're on the right track and no other strong messages are going to come through here, Aries. So we have twin flames, yep. Twin flames, that is definitely where we were going with this. And when I saw the Hierophant and the High Priestess on the Ace of Pentacles, that's absolutely a twin flame connection coming into your life. Next, paradise, happiness, expansion, joy. Yeah, you've got something really amazing coming in, and healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and life. Self-care. So for once, and I don't know if this is just for once for you or not, Aries, but the universe is saying it's okay to be selfish. It is. It's okay to be selfish because this is something that year is taking you to your purpose. This is going to help you fulfill your purpose. It's something you're absolutely going to love and you were meant to do with the twin flames, and twin flames can, relate to a job, that perfect job for you, type situation that's going to make you very happy, and it's a healthier choice than the choices you've been making in the past. So you're on the right path now, Aries. Just keep going. Don't let this stop you. All right, so if you resonated with any of this, please like and subscribe so that we can get this out to other people that may need to get this message. I'd appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. Share it with somebody that you think may need to hear this message. If you have any further questions or want some details clarified, put it in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to try to answer those for you. On that note, have a wonderful week, Aries. All right, love you. Bye.